What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. Yeah, I haven't given you guys any content on Marvel Future Fight, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The bullshit that was pulled with the multiverse saga continues, and even worse, it still continues. To prove a point to you guys of why I didn't pull or create a video is because I was just kind of disgusted with what Marvel Future Fight had did. I thought we were beyond the point where you know, people were paywalling content for the game, but apparently we're not. So like on day number 2 of the release, I was lucky and I was able to pull Franklin Richards from the shop free, the contribution rewards. You see him right here. I was able to pull that, you know, like I'm not kidding you guys. It was absolutely an amazing thing. I wanted to do a video about it, but I just couldn't be bothered, to be perfectly honest. I had Valeria Richards. I unlocked her. You know, that was pretty cool. I even got Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, you know, up to snuff, so that way I could unlock them. And I just was uninspired, to be perfectly honest. 100%. I didn't purchase the uniforms. I was completely disgusted with the June update, and I'm still disgusted. Let's jump in and talk about it. So I want to pull this up on the screen for you. So this morning, they released a developer's note on the June update, which they promised us last week that they would do. And this is what they had to say. So first, we would like to thank all of our agents who have participated in the journey of the Fantastic Four family with Marvel Future Fight, along with those agents who have provided their valuable opinions so that we can make this new game mode more enjoyable. They initially prepared the Multiverse Saga game mode in this update, hoping to introduce the Fantastic Four heroes and their interesting stories to even more agents. However, it seems we did not fully meet the expectations of either our long-term agents nor our new agents. For this, we apologize. We are planning to make the following improvements to the Multiverse Saga game mode. More details will be available in a separate notice, but our immediate plans are as follows. Now, these immediate plans are pretty trash and they're pretty shitty. So right here, the Day of the Dooms Plus pack, it's not going away. It's not going away. Their intent is still to maintain course, but they plan on trying to increase the amount of crystals that are available in that package, which is currently at 1,000 crystals, which I always try to bring some relationship to basically saying like, hey, so the crystals are here, and you know, there's a 1-to-1 ratio, so you're pretty much buying the crystals for the pack. And you can see here that is basically 1,000 crystals inside the shop. I'll show that to you guys in a second. They'll provide more crystals for the current package to increase its benefits. We also check the list of agents who have already purchased the current product and distribute the additional crystals after the package. So if you've already purchased this, and you'll get that crystal increase as well. But they're planning to develop, test, and add this product through the update that will be released at the end of July. So for the next month, it's now June 18th. We won't get the update until the end of July. So now we've got the timeline for when that update for probably what is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be released at the end of the month. So we've got a ways with this update. The problem essentially there is that we've got a month and a half, or you know, month and some change left, and that means that everyone who's currently trying to play the Multiverse of Saga, because they've done it this way, is locked behind this content, so that way you can't do it. Here we are. So you're locked behind this content where you cannot basically play. So you've got to make this purchase. So this is proof to you guys, I did not purchase this. So this whole thing is just terrible in my opinion. I didn't even want to play it yesterday. So I didn't even play chapter 5, even though it was unlocked for me. I haven't done it. Like, I'm just like, this is terrible. This should have never happened, where content was gate kept behind this. It just is absolutely terrible. So, and they're not improving it. They're not unlocking these. They could have just unlocked these and just, you know, did away with the what you call, but no. So now every day that you basically miss for the next month and a half, those players who have purchased this is going to basically be out ahead, because they're going to be, you know, accelerating in a game where they constantly keep us in competition with each other. And then the worst part is they don't provide the idea for how much crystals are going to be added to even entice you to make that purchase now, because you don't know, is it going to still be 1,000 crystals? Or is it going to be 2,000 crystals? Or is it going to be 3,000 crystals to make it worthwhile? We don't know. But say So then they say here, we will improve what could have been better in our multiverse saga themed Day of Dooms, and will consider the opinions of our agents on our future themes. Future themes will have more content than a legendary battle, but not be as heavy as an epic quest. And we are currently planning to release a new theme on an annual basis to provide a better story, animation, and in-game balance. We will also provide related products at a reasonable price. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You guys might not be here on an annual basis if you consider these. They're talking about releasing this type of content on an annual basis. Like, who cares? Essentially what you play through inside of this game mode, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, like, it's not that good. This is not like groundbreaking game mode. Is basically like you get some clear rewards, which is some emblem, advancement pieces, and you get the blend of heroic quests with the blend of other things, and then you play through some story elements, and then you play through some missions where you have to utilize the characters in specific ways. It's not intriguing. It's the least bit interesting to me. So like, I'll show you this through a battle right here. So this is this is essentially Thing and She-Hulk inside here. So you'll notice that what it is, they'll put you inside here and you basically have to do battle with characters. And at some point inside the story, it's going to require you to basically like utilize the characters' special abilities in some type of way through the game. And there is nothing intriguing about this, to be perfectly honest. It is 100% a rehash of legendary battle style epic quest. That's essentially what you got, and clearly they know this. You can see here as well that we're gonna get Thing's uniform, because otherwise what reason do we have the red pants uniform in the game other than, Thing is gonna get this uniform. Same thing for Johnny. So we'll get this, and we'll end up having to switch at some point from whatever mechanic they choose inside of here to She-Hulk. I just don't know what to make of Marvel Future Fight. 9 years in, you're not bringing in the money that some of the other games are bringing in at the current moment, and now you're trying to fleece your your player base just so that way you can get. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not a fan of you don't put content. It would have been one thing to just say, hey, we're trying to get some money for Franklin Richards, and we're gonna put him inside the paywall, so we'll put him behind the $9.99 that the biometric subs that we have, or you say that you want to put him inside the crystal shop the way that you traditionally do. Instead, no, that's not what we get, right? We essentially got the same story mission here on the first stage, and then we'll get some interesting mechanic that'll happen. I'm trying to pull for you guys. It probably happened around stage 5, 6. But then we miss out on 3 chapters for which you cannot access unless you pay this $40, so we'll say $30. If you remove the 1,000 crystals, it'll probably be less, but you also get to remove the chapter wait time, so doesn't make sense. So yeah, so their future plans, obviously they're saying, hey, we're not taking away the price packages. We don't give a fuck what you guys think. We're going to continue forward with this. We're going to keep these price packages. We're going to try to make it at a reasonable price, but we're going to keep these shit going forward. The next thing that's inside here, I really don't care about, because we've noticed some agents are questioning why the allied types of Franklin Richards is not set as mutant. Yeah, we know that. And then it says right here, it is correct that Franklin Richards was the first mutant who was born as an Omega level, and we did contemplate this matter in development phase. However, to stay with more modern interpretations of the character, we decided to set his in-game ally type as human, as he was identified as never having been a mutant in Fantastic Four 2018, number 26. So like, thank you for the love and support and opinions who have sent us for 9 years. We will always go over opinion. Agents provide thoroughly, and will make appropriate changes, even if it may take a while. We look forward to your interest. You're not making changes, though. You're not making changes. The changes that were asked for was that this should not be paywalled content. Like if I go look at my legendary battles, for instance, my legendary battles are crystal walled. if I go into my Epic Quest and I'm trying to pay for my Epic Quest, those may have some type of paywall, but the paywall isn't on the content. The paywall is on the specific unlocking of that tier 3 type character. So you essentially have a paywall there. I don't understand what the idea behind locking content behind paywalls was, especially at the price that it was set. This is not a good developer's note. It doesn't address the concerns of the players in any type of meaningful way. It doesn't give you an exact timeline or, you know, an immediate address of the issue, whether to open up all the chapters currently in the multiverse saga. And even worse, it sets a precedent inside of a game that is 9 years old and in the bottom of the earnings report for their studio, that your plan isn't to release this on a more recurring basis. It's to release this type of content on an annual basis. An annual basis. That means we won't see another multiverse saga type episode until 2025. This is what you got. And you'll be playing this over and over in repetition in order to get these emblems that are now inside the system, so that way you have to increase these emblems. So now the emblems become a perpetuating cycle to have to give you this account overall boost. I cannot tell you that I am excited at the moment to be playing Marvel Future Fight. Even though I've unlocked Franklin Richards inside of the game, I am still not excited about this because, hey, I've unlocked Franklin Richards. Guess what? I need the BIOS to level this character up unless I use other means inside my inventory like upgrade tickets and things like that. But if they release any type of uniforms, I'm missing out there. But guess what? Even though I got lucky and I got Franklin Richards through the contribution chest inside of Dimension Mission, that's where I got him from. I got the 5. That's the only place you can get him from. I got lucky. So I showed you guys this. I got extremely lucky. Day 2 of this update, I was able to pull him and I was surprised. But then the wave of surprise and happiness because I got him from the contribution didn't alleviate the fact that, hey, this content, regardless, is still not here. So guess what it did by doing that? It just reduced the value of this pack even more. Because now I don't even have the joy of being like, hey, well, I'm going to get 6-star Franklin Richards Insider. So what? I get a 6-star Franklin Richards. I already got Franklin Richards at 6-star. I'm going to already have him at tier 2. I already have him at advancement. So there's no value in Franklin Richards being acquired from here. And all the value is basically put on the crystals and then the chapter wait time. I hate time gates in games. And this is the worst because you're selling me the time gate deliberately with a dollar value cost, not even an in-game crystal cost, but a dollar value cost. You're not putting a gate based on, like, you know, me leveling a character or some type of in-game mechanic. You're just outright saying that, hey, I'm going to put a time gate on your dollar so that on the content that we have for a dollar value. And then, hey, I'm going to give you some unlock plus rewards and stuff like that for basically, you know, doing these things. And they go to this emblem system that I could give 2 shits less about. So the acquisition of Franklin Richards for me has only diminished the value of this, because now there's no inherent value so we take away the 1,000 crystals and we say I'm at $29.99. And basically then what I'm set for paying for inside of here is the time gate. The time gate and the content that should have been free to all players regardless. And the fact that you're now telling me that you're not going to improve this, you're not taking away the monetary value, you're not taking away the Day of the Dooms plus pack, you're just going to try to make it more appealing for players to purchase by increasing the amount of crystals. And you're going to plan on continuing to do this on an annual basis. So what that tells me is whomever is at the helm of your development team who is making these decisions, they're in the wrong direction. And that is bad for the game, because if you're willing to make this type of decision, the question is going to be, what other type of decisions are you going to make? I already had questions because when we started seeing uniforms be released for characters, we were starting seeing a high cost associated with these uniforms in the way of being able to unlock theirs. For every uniform, there's always a secondary uniform option on a character, essentially, that basically requires you to pay for that uniform. and every character then has a T2 or native tier 2 or tier 3 inside of there that requires your resources to be hungry for that uniform. And so there's an associated cost on a uniform outside of the crystal cost because of the way they do that if you want to fully take advantage of all of those system stats. I wasn't mad about it because it's just an in-game mechanic, and realistically for most of these uniform options, these uniform options are no longer like meaningful in a great impactful way, because you can meet the bonuses of what the uniforms were giving, at least in some regards for some of the stats, by capping them out in other ways in the game. So where we're headed with Marvel Future Fight right now, I have no clue, but I can tell you right off the bat, I'm not happy, and this is not good content to make, where I'm basically having to talk to a fandom of mostly free-to-play players who pay casually for the game and, you know, are playing still and have been consistent and loyal, or you're bringing in new players to the game, and those new players are basically getting to see what this dev mindset is that content will be paywalled. I play so many mobile games. I play so many single player RPGs, MMO RPGs. I have never played a game where, and especially in the mobile community, where content that was native to the story, content that was native to everybody having access to, has been gate kept and paywalled behind money. This is not DLC. And this, like, it'd be one thing if what you were introducing to this game right now in this form was actually something groundbreaking and new content that made it look like it was an expansion of the game and just so magnanimous that it was going to be like, wow. But no, this is just base content that's just basically stripped 2 other game modes and gave us in that. It's fucking legendary battles. There's nothing groundbreaking about it. There's nothing freaking, innovative about it. There's nothing in the way that makes this content feel like it's something I should be paying $39.99 for, which I could go over to the Steam store and I could purchase the DLC for Elden Ring that is dropping this week, the Erd Tree, for the same price. And you're selling me this crap. This crap? Get for real. I don't know what to say to you guys. I'm not happy with the current state of the game, and it's making it really difficult for me to want to create videos. I will come out with a video probably to look at all the characters once I get Mr. Fantastic up to level 80. I don't really have any intentions on tier 4ing Mr. or Mrs. Fantastic. They're not necessarily like favorite characters of mine, but I do want to give you guys some gameplay of them at the very least and give you some of my impressions on those, along with Franklin and Valeria Richards. But this is sobering. I expected a better developer note coming out of this, and this is just sad. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I'd really rather had not created the video, but having seen this dev note, I just had to create something with the response. Like and subscribe to the video, guys, and I promise to bring you more content from some other games, and I will get on some of this Marvel Future Fight, and hopefully we can move past this, and this doesn't have any massive impact on the game and the player base. Yeah, until next time, guys, peace.